Good morning, my friends. Welcome and welcome back to the channel. This is Tanya Sidegigcrafts, and I am so grateful that you are here today. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You guys, I'm doing something a little different this morning. I felt like playing a little bit with some Winnie the Pooh. I got the those press plates, and I just left them across the room, but they're all inky anyway, so I'm not going to show you the actual plate. But have you guys heard about Better Press and the platform, the Better Press? It actually debosses while it stamps. And I absolutely love, love, love the results. Now, I don't have the platform that you're supposed to use with the plates with the Better Press. I don't have the Better Press platform. I just put this through my die cutting machine on the face up, inked it, tossed a piece of paper down on top, hoping it wouldn't smear. And I got some good results, but not the best. As you can see, I got some weird. It's hard to do that way, you guys. So, but I love the results of the actual plate. And I think I am going to go ahead and invest in the Better Press, the platform. It's kind of like, because if you use your machine, you kind of have to put the paper onto it. So it's already touching the ink. So if that paper moves, you're going to have mistakes and errors. And I think that it just gives more control. And as you can see, I've got some different smudges and things. I'm going to work around those. I'll cut the papers. This is on watercolor paper. It's on Strathmore watercolor paper. And they look pretty good, but you can see there's some, and this is where I was working with my sandwich to get it right. And then I did one without the ink also to see how that would turn out. And it looks pretty cool. You can see the debossing on there. But my sandwich was super tight, so it kind of warped the paper. But I worked with it a little bit and got it a little better. But in the end, it turned out pretty cute. I think I'm going to go ahead and get the platform just so I can get better results. And I think I'd like to get some more plates because I don't want to not do what I've been doing, but I really, really, really love the results. I just love the debossed look. And it's just not there, but it's just so pretty. And it's just so different. And it gives you such fine, well, this is a super juicy inky stamp that I put way too much ink into. So I was kind of expecting it to be a little bit thick, but it comes out with really nice lines. It's just beautiful. Anyways, I'm not trying to sell a product. I'm not an advertiser. I'm just super excited. So I thought today we'd play a little bit with our forgotten Tim Holtz pencils. I wonder what that is all over. I've got my pencils, they're watercolor pencils, and I thought let's play with these and see what we can do and have some fun. So I'm going to be making, let's do this one. I'm going to be making a Winnie the Pooh journal soon for a coworker who's having a baby. Excuse me, guys. And so I thought that this would be a fun little thing to do. And a little investment. I got a couple other things too. I didn't have any stamps or anything to go with them that was Winnie the Pooh. So but that's a have to. Don't judge. I've been trying so hard not to spend money. You guys know. But yeah, it's been interesting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these photos or these images anyway. And by the way, I did use a permanent ink for these, so watercolor should not harm them at all. And I'm wondering if, I can't remember the best way to use these, guys. I think we have to wet it, and not a lot of colors coming up there, but I know I haven't used them forever. I know you could do it that way, or you can go directly to the paper, which might be what I do, and then just use the pencil or the brush to lighten it up. That might be a better option for me. Put some color down. But let's see. I got really excited about, I didn't, Tattered Rose. Susan Tootsie Tucker sent me a card, and she must have used these press plates. And I got real excited because it was something I hadn't seen before, the way it was done. And it got me curious. And then I started seeing the same image and started looking into it. And I thought, that looks really, really cool. And hers turned out so beautifully. So I just wanted to get similar tools. So I've been watching some videos on how to use them and the different, you know, benefits. And then somebody said, well, you don't really need it, and the platform. So I thought, maybe I could try it on my Big Shot. And they were right. You could do it that way, but I'm finding I think it's going to work way better with the platform that was intended to be used, without slippage and some of that. So I'm not one that likes to waste paper on errors, so I'd really like as simple as possible. And that platform seems like it might be a good use. So that's what I'm going to do. Is that red enough? This is red, but is it red? Is it red? Barn door. That's pretty red. I don't know how you can get more red than barn door. Pooh Bear has a red shirt. He's not wearing it here, though. He's naked on the bridge. Pooh Bear is naked. Watch out. Let's see. What color is Christopher Robin's hair? We're going to say it's dirty blonde. So like blonde and brown, maybe blonde and brown, like this color maybe. Or is this green? This is fossilized amber. I don't know what that means, but we're going with it. I think it's closest to yellow that I've got, so it's going to have to work. So there's the blondie. Now let's do a little brownie. Here's a little brown. Just put a little bit on the edges there. He's probably got red shoes, right? To match Pooh Bear's shirt. Sounds good to me. I don't really know, but it'd be kind of cute. And then Piglet's pink. That's the best I can do there. Little pink. What is the shirt Piglet wears? Is it... Does he wear a shirt? I don't know what that is. I don't know, but it'll work. And then we'll use pink. We'll use a light little bit on his little skin there. Christopher Robin. Did you guys watch, or did you like Winnie the Pooh growing up? I loved Winnie the Pooh. I had the set of books and I loved it. It's just so refreshing, so positive. So cute. There's a little bit of Pooh and Eeyore and Piglet and all of us. I'm pretty sure that those are our multiple personalities. Pretty sure. This is the bridge, so I'm assuming this is probably brown too. So let's just go there. I'm just going lightly. I can add more color, but you can't take it off real well. So we'll just add a little color here. It didn't print real good in that spot, but I was kind of trying to be careful not to smudge. So that's probably user error. I am assuming. We'll use some green and then some green. We'll put some just different shades in here. I'm not trying to be perfectionist or anything. Just adding some color, just throwing it down. I haven't used these pencils forever. Of course, I haven't watercolored forever. I don't know why either. I love it, but I think I got a little discouraged. Maybe I'll get them out and start breaking them out more often again. some green in here. We'll just saturate that with water when we're there. We'll maybe start doing that. And then we'll put some water in there. Let's put some of this color and that color. This picture reminds me growing up when we would look over, when we'd stand on the bridge the same way. We'd go camping and we'd just stand there and I would just watch the water. It was just definitely a happy place. It's going to be a deeper blue back here. Along the edges, around the pool, probably here. And then Christopher Robin needs barn door red shirt, doesn't he? Oh, you know what? I think Christopher Robin's shirt is white. That's okay. That's all right. Okay, I think I've got my color laid down. Oh, I gotta do over here. What's going on here? All right. So somebody else translated this as snow, and I would tend to believe because there's a little scarf on Piglet. But I don't know if I want to do snow. I feel like it's more of a fall scene to me. And like these might be leaves and I don't know. Maybe it is snow. Maybe it's supposed to be. I just don't remember. Put a little green in here, but I guess it's up to interpretation, right? Probably not, because I'm sure that the artist had a specific picture in mind, but okay, here we are. I don't have that knowledge. So we're just gonna go foresty. That's fair, right? And then I think some of those colors will probably bleed into here, but I think I'd like to use kind of a brownish greenish color here just to add some tone and texture. And then we'll add some blue in the sky. I'm kind of really digging this color right here, so again, hoping that this color will bleed into the image. I think I used the wrong side of the paper on this one. Okay, so these are the colors I used. I'm gonna set them over here this way so I don't forget exactly which ones. Oh, and I got my pen out, my little cloth. And this is where it all starts coming together. Now this is one of those water brushes. This one in particular is by Tombow, but you can get them lots of different brands if you're interested. You just put the water in this part, and you can keep using it for. Have to squeeze it lightly to get the water into the brush, and then it works really nicely. You want to wipe it off once in a while when you don't want to blend colors. But my whole goal here is to blend colors, so probably won't need to brush it too much or wipe it too much. Except like I don't want to mix the green and the grass and Pooh Bear's yellow. I don't want to do that. But just want to smooth those colors out. careful not to smush your brush too much, or you'll get too much water and you'll get a little puddle. That doesn't help. That's pretty. Let's kind of do the same thing over here, just kind of smushing these colors together. The color is definitely just an accent to the image that's been pressed into the paper. You just want to use it to shade. And of course, remember to use that waterproof ink. Whatever you've got that is permanent. I used, what did I use? Well, I have archival is what I used. I think I want to add a little more pink to him. If I can get that pink to come out better. That's not the pink. I put it here. Let's see if I can get it to lay down a little bit better once it's wet. I don't know how well that's gonna translate there, but that's fine. Super cute. Okay, so I've got all those colors. Now I want to blend this blue in and just kind of make a frame kind of around my little buddy here. And I will squeeze a little bit more of that water out because I want it to kind of spread. Now I'm going to cut this picture around these guys a little bit tight because I've got those smudges out there. So I'm not too worried about going too far up there. I want to make sure I cover the parts that will be saved, but I don't have a frame per se. Now with them, I think I would like more blue around here. Just add a little more pigment. I could do that a couple different ways. I could draw it like I just did, or if that doesn't work well, I might have to use it from the brush again. Maybe don't go in circles next time, because now I'm trying to brush the circles out. That's not gonna be helpful. And it's tearing my paper because my brush is doing too much. Okay, so we'll leave that alone. So don't go over your paper too much because it'll start pilling. Also use the smooth side of your paper. It just works better. This is the rough side. This is the back side that I wasn't supposed to use. But it's still really cute. So we remembered a few things from that one. Let's try this one. We'll use those things that we learned on this one and do even better. Because I've got watercolor paper for days. I could keep printing these out. Should I say pressing these out? There we are. And then he's got his blue shorts. We can just go right up in there and get those done. And his shirt. Super cute. And then we'll go get his little legs. His arm. While we're doing pink, let's get Piglet. And then we can get Pooh Bear. And we can get the bridge. forgot his shoes. Get his shoes. Make them bright. And we got to get the base of the bridge. We get some of that color up there. It looks like he's got a white spot between his legs. And then just the green grass. And then this one's done too. How fun is this, guys? Does this open up some new opportunities? I feel like it does, for me anyway. For me it does. I really love the look of it. And I think it's going to just, you know, open up another different opportunity of something different. I think that's pretty cool. I just wanted to kind of smear that around. I should have probably put some blue up there. I still can. Remember not to go too many times over your paper because it will pill. I should say it may pill, depending on the paper you have. It may not. All right, let's put some blue up there in that sky. And we're not going to go in circles this time. In fact, let's try it this way. That's pretty. Let's go dark around here. And then we'll use our water to spread that out here. And again, I'll be trimming around this, so it doesn't have to be perfect. In fact, it's better if it's not. Okay. There we go. I like it. What do you guys think about that? That's kind of fun. Remember, don't color in circles. Let's see if we can fix that, because it's mostly dry now. Let's see if we can fix that, doing it the same way we just did the other sky. Let's see if that will help to take some of that away. What I was trying to do was get some lighter spots around the character so that they would be highlighted a little bit more. So get some darker colors up here. And now I just squooshed all the water out. Not quite still what I meant to do, but that's okay. We'll still work with it. See if I can get some of that way. I think that will help. I'm just spreading that paint out just to get the color worked out. And remember, it's going to be chopped, so that won't show. But let's see if I can get some of this. Sometimes you can pick up some watercolor by just using your wet brush and going carefully over the paint. Okay, I think that's about best as I'm going to be able to get on that one. Except these are too dark now. Okay, that's good. All right, so I'm going to let these dry. I'm going to cut them out and we're going to make a card. Okay, my dear friends, so I've got these cut out into smaller pieces. Now, of course, if you didn't have flaws and stuff, and you can make them bigger, but I cut them down to the size that I needed for, you know, smudgies and things. And so this one came down to, that's a ATC size. Isn't that perfect? It's 2.5 by 3.5. But we're going to put it on a mat, and then we're going to move that to a card base. So we're going to glue this down. I'm going to sew around it too, but I figured I'd come back and kind of show you how I cut them first before I start. No, I didn't need to do all that. I don't need to put too much glue around the edges because my sewing machine's going to take care of that. But because I think that a stitched look with Winnie the Pooh is awesome, because Winnie the Pooh was sewn, right? Little stuffed animal, all little stuffed animals. So I love a good zigzag stitch with Pooh Bear. All right, I'm not going to glue it on there yet because I want to sew around it before I do. And then same one. This one turned out to be 3 by 4.25, and that's most of the image as well. So if you're looking for just the image size, that's about right. I did cut a little bit off of it, but not very much. So like I said, I'm not going to get around the edges because we're just going to sew that. So put that down. And the one thing I'm thinking about these card bases is they're pretty plain. So this is just one piece of cardstock cut in half, folded in half. So you get 2 cards out of a regular piece of cardstock. And then this will go here after it's sewn. But I feel like this backside is very plain. I kind of want to put a rubber stamp on it. Let me show you what I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of putting this rubber stamp. Why? Because it's handwriting, and wouldn't that be perfect back there? I think it would. What do you guys think? I mean, I can always cover it if I don't like it. I don't want to have to cover it again because that's just one more piece of paper. But I could if I don't like it. So let's try it. We'll get out our... Actually, I'm not going to use this black ink. I think I'd like to use like a dark gray, and I'm sure I have one. Scorched Timber might also work, but that's pretty dark. That's almost black without going black. Let's see. I could use sapphire. Chipped sapphire would be the same, kind of the similar color to the blue. That might be nice. I could use the gray, won't show. Not that gray anyway. Don't I have a dark? Don't I? I guess I don't. So, since I don't have a dark gray, that limits our options just a little bit. I have silver would be fun. Silver actually might be kind of nice. We could do one of each. Why not? All right. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do for Pooh Bear, I'm going to do the blue. Or, sorry, they're both Pooh Bear. Excuse me. Get back in there. For this Pooh Bear, for the little one, I'm going to do the blue. And I'm not looking for a perfect stamp here. Just looking for a little bit of design. So we'll tap, 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 tap. And I'm only going to need it around the edges, really, because Pooh Bear is going to be in the middle. So, to the best of my ability, try to get it kind of straight-ish. Just going to go right there. With these big old chunky wooden ones, you just kind of have to take a chance and pray. We got a little design. And actually that being around the edges is fine. I like it. I like that a lot. Okay, let's do this again. It just adds something, you know? So I want to try not to overlap that much because then it's going to look wrong. I love it. Okay, so that will go there. And that just gives it a little more interest. It makes it a little more interesting. See the printing? I don't know if you can see it. I can't see it really. There we go. I can see it definitely in person better. But I think that's really pretty. Okay, and then let's put that one up. I'm going to keep it nearby because I'll be making some more of these even after filming. I'm going to use silver on this one and see how this one turns out. I don't know what to expect on this one. I kind of don't expect it to show too much. Now this stamp might have a little bit of blue on it from that, but and that's fine. That's absolutely fine. Let's go there. Let that ink settle in a little bit, and can't see it at all. Barely at the edges, but that's probably the blue coming through. So we're just going to redo it with blue. I'll just redo it. And that's absolutely fine. I wish I had a darker black or darker gray. Silver would be the closest I've got, I think. I don't have all the colors. I don't need all the colors, guys. Some of the colors I have because I took a class, a stamping class, so I have a lot of the little cubes that I wouldn't have normally purchased, but you had to have all the colors for the class, or they wanted you to, and that was the most affordable way to do it. Like, there's no way I don't have all those. So I only purchased the colors that I didn't already have in the bigger ones. Otherwise, I wouldn't have bought those little guys. Right there, I hope. Yeah, but there's no way in the world I need all the colors of everything. It's just, I just don't. There are certain colors I love to use. Of course, now I'm using them more. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I'm using them way more now that they're in front of me. I love that. Okay, so that looks way better. And then that guy will go right there. So let me go sew around these and I'll come back and we'll finish up. All right, you guys, here we are. I got them all sewed up. Let's put them on here. You know what? I didn't think about a sentiment yet either. Probably like what? A thinking of you, or here for you, or should I also pop this up a little bit with some foam tape maybe? Or should I just glue it straight down? There's another question. I think I'm going to glue it straight down because it's supposed to look like it's sewn on, so like a patch or something. I'm also thinking I should probably, I think I'm going to lightly distress the edges with the ink as well. Now this might seem silly because this paper is so dark, but I think in person it's going to be noticeable. There's a white core to this paper. You can actually see it where the stitches go through, and it shows. And yeah, this does make a difference. You can barely see the color change from here to here, but it definitely does make a difference. So I'm gonna just, I mean, you could use blue on here too, but I'm using the brown because it'll kind of put a little light brown tinge to it. That'll make it help stand up off that other paper just a little better as far as color goes. Now, if I was doing this in true Tanya fashion, I would use my scissors and scrape up those edges too, but I don't know what I'm doing with these cards yet. They might be donated, or they might be, I don't know yet. We'll see. They'll go in my stash for a while at least. Make sure we put plenty of glue over those stitches just to make sure they hold onto the paper behind it. I'm gonna set this up just a little bit because I want to put the sentiment down here. I'm gonna leave a little bit of space because I'm not sure which sentiment, but even if I decide not to put a sentiment, it'll look super cute. And don't smear your glue through your ink, okay? Do as I say. Not as I just did, because I just smeared it. Now, if you have a tissue, you could dab it, which is something I wish I had right now. But I do have a cloth. Where is it? There it is. I do have that. That would work. And since these cloths are, well, they're not disposable, but when they get nasty enough, I can wash them. And when that gets nasty enough, I can toss them because they were cheap. Cheap as dirt. Love them. I love these. These were from Temu, and they are one of my favorite purchases from them. Believe it or not, I had got lots of them, and I shared lots of them. I might have given some of you some of them. Kind of silly that a rag is like my favorite purchase from Temu, but I mean, it's kind of funny. But it's probably the most useful thing I ever bought from them. Thing I use every day. They wash nicely and they're super soft. All right, so we'll just push that down. See, now it looks like it's sewn to the card, doesn't it? Isn't that super cute? That was kind of a process with the painting and the pressing and the this and the that. And the sewing and the stamping. Did I say that already? I really love it. I really love both of them. And now I need to figure out the sentiment. So once again, I'm going to put you on hold and come back with something to put on the front of it. All right, so here we are. I've got some, I forgot I had this. This has got some sentiments on it. I just got this with my whole gonna make a journal thing. Now I'm gonna use A Day Without Friendship. A Day Without a Friend is like a pot without a single drop of honey left inside, with this one on the inside of this card. And then for this one, I wanted a sentiment down here. So I took my Tim Holtz, these are the ones that emboss or deboss or something and cut out at the same time. Now I didn't realize that was a frame, so I cut the frame to go down here, but I kept the middle piece. I think I'm going to stamp. This is my favorite day on this one. So, and it should fit just right because I checked it. Never use these, so let's clean them. Rub off the whatever. Make sure that they can accept the ink here. Actually, I think I want to use black. Nope, I'm not going to use black. That's too harsh. I'm going to use, well, I was going to say I'm going to use Scorched Timber. There it is. Scorched Timber, I think, will be my better choice on this one. It'll just have a softer tone to it. And I just want to stamp this right here in the middle. Sorry guys, I'm turning it so that I can see and reach it better and just handle it a little easier. Because I want it to be nice. And with the light glaring in my face, I think it should go right about there. Let's see how this stamps out. Should be good. This is my favorite day. I love that. Okay, so this one will go back on here. Let's put it away. I'm really bad about putting stuff away. I don't know if you guys know that about me. I'm really bad about putting this stuff away. So when I feel inclined, I really need to do it. Okay, so let's finish this one before we move on to the next one. Now, what I'm going to do, it does have that sliver of paper around the edge. Let's get that out of there. I think I just smudged it with my fingers. Let me just wipe those again, making sure I don't have any more to smudge. In fact, this too. And I'm going to go ahead and glue this down here where I want it. This would be super cute to put on foam too, but because it's two pieces, I think I'm just gonna stick it down. We'll make it flat this time. because I thought this was all one piece. Oh, look, it's cut it again. Interesting. I wonder if it was supposed to. Well, I'm going to use this all as one piece because I like it. I think you could probably use it however you wanted to, but if it's going to cut into several pieces, I don't use those dies that much, obviously. And then we'll put this one here and just fit it right back in there and make it look like it was supposed to be like that. Make sure we don't get that ink wet because it is oxide. So I'm gonna hold that down for just a moment while we take a sip of cold coffee. Oh, it's gone. Dang it. This is my favorite day. I love it. It's a little bit crooked. Oopsie. But it's handmade, right? Beautiful. And then on the inside, what I'd like to do, oh man, that's never going to do. How did that warp? What kind of paper is this? How in the world did that warp? Well, you know what that means. You don't probably, but I do. So here's what we're going to do. I'm not going to allow my card to be warped. I'm not. It's just, that's terrible. I know what it is. It's because I put so much glue over those stitches. So here's what we're going to do, guys. We're turning this into something else, a little bit different. We're going to trim this up because no. We're fixing our mistake. My mistake. My mistake. Way too much glue on there. So, and I probably did on the other one too, so I might as well cut that one too. This is actually going to be the plate to go onto another card base. What? Yes. Because I can't have that. Let's see, is this one warped too? Yes, it is. All right, well, there we go. There we go. So we'll just trim this back down. Trim it back down. It's going to be beautiful, I promise. We're just fixing our mistake. That's what we do. If we don't like it, we fix it. Change it. Do something different. All right, so what I think I'm going to do then, if that's the case, is I'm going to get one of these pieces to go under that. So we're just going to take a new piece of paper. And this probably isn't the most fabulous piece of paper anyway. I don't know where I got it. I'm not sure. Doesn't matter. And we're going to cut this in half. That makes 2 card bases, right? And then we're going to fold this in half. And fold it in half again. I'm going to go ahead and do this. Oh, I cut it crooked, or I did cut it crooked. I was in a hurry. Or folded it crooked. So it's okay. We can fix that too. That's all right. Just make sure that the next cut is right. Make it slightly smaller. It'll just fit in our envelope a little bit better. That's all. Gretchen's snoring. Is that one okay? I'm going to trim this side. All right, that should be better. Okay, so then this will go here. And I like that. It's got the printed still on there. You can still see that, so that's nice. Now we're going to, I think I'm just going to use tape. We're not going to make that mistake again. Let's just use tape this time. We'll make it easy. Because this paper apparently doesn't take glue all that well. Okay, we'll do the same thing on this one. There's usually a fix when we make mistakes. Usually. I hate to go through all that process and then have to toss it. I'm not going to do that. No way. It's not necessary. Not at all. Now, where is my pokey tool that I was using earlier? I don't know. We'll just use a pin. Could use my fingernail, I suppose, but I cut them all off. I had a couple of them break, and I thought, you know, I'm just gonna cut them. Just gonna cut them. All right, there's one. Make sure that it goes right side up. And now, because I use this light color, I don't really need to put, well, I probably will anyway, because it'll make it look more finished and more sturdy if I put another piece of paper on the inside. See, cute fix, easy to do. And now this one was crooked anyway. Well, I don't know if it was that was crooked, but hopefully we fixed that problem too. You guys may not have been able to tell it was crooked, but I could. At least I think it was. It may not have been. My eyeballs sometimes think things are crooked. And it has to do with the lighting in here somewhat. And it has to do even more with my eyeballs. At one of my previous jobs, my boss used to tease me because he'd have me hang stuff up. He's like, why is it always crooked? I'm like, I don't know. Is it? It was so bad. I went and got one of those an app that has the bubble leveler on your phone, just so that I could hang things better at work. It was so bad. Okay, now this one's going to go pretty much the top and bottom, and that's okay. Just like that. That's cute too. I like it. So I don't like that there's a little bit of gray. No, actually, I kind of do. I kind of do. And if I was to do this again, I think I would pop that up because it's kind of showing the paper underneath it. In fact, I could go back and redo it, but I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm going to leave it alone. And I don't think... Should I put another piece of paper in here? I think I will. I'll use these pieces so I don't waste them. I'll use these pieces. We'll just cut this down a little bit. Not trying to waste it. I mean, I'd use it for something else, but I might as well use it for this. It'll match perfectly. And go right in the middle, and it's still writable. We'll put that right in there. Now, I am going to use glue on this one, just a little bit though, not like before, just a touch. Because that should not warp at all. It's just that because I put so much glue on those stitches, I know it is. I've never had that problem with this glue before. Unless I've saturated something beyond reasonable expectation. See, nothing. So I didn't mean to throw that. How rude. How rude. You guys, these are turning out so cute. I'm really liking this project. And if you're still here, I really appreciate you, because this is going to turn into a long video, isn't it? Especially fixing my mistakes and stuff. Okay, so now, oops, let's pull that one up just a tad. If, you know, I'm not holding it down at the bottom, I can probably pull it up to the top a little bit easier. There we go, and it's crooked. Wouldn't you know? Wouldn't you know? All right, let's try this again. Maybe if I've got a shadow, I can see a little better where that line is. And then stop wiggling. I think that paper's crooked, isn't it? I think it is. I think it is. That's what's crooked. That's the paper. That should be better. And let's try this one more time. Since that's probably all dried up again. All right, that should be good. Yep, looks good. Okay. Close enough. If it's wrong, it's close enough. Go there. This can go here. And now we need the stamp to go in this one. Make sure we're right side up. We sure are. And I'd like to use Winnie with this pot of honey and A Day Without You. So I think I'm going to do this at 2 separate times. Actually, I don't need to do it at 2 separate times. I can do this at one time. We're going to just put this here. Little guy right there. And we'll put this one right here. As straight as I can without measuring. And then we'll just go, boop, done. Pick it up. And then, of course, I've never used these before, so let's rub them out. Get that stuff off of it. And then Scotch timber. I'm so happy I have these in my collection now. I love me some Winnie the Pooh. I'm going to turn it like this just to make it easier for me to handle. Kind of looking to try to get it straight, and I think that's about as good as I'm going to get it. I could have actually lined these things up. It would have been easier. But hindsight's 20/20. All right, a day without your friend. It's like a pot of not a single drop of honey left inside. We've got a beautiful card. Love it, you guys. We've got 2 super cute cards. I want to thank you for hanging out with me today and for crafting with me. I hope that you've learned from my mistakes, but also learned from my successes. I think they turned out beautifully. What do you guys think? Leave me a note down in the comments. I love to hear what you guys think about, you know, your day, the project, whatever you feel like talking to me about. I love answering all your questions. Most of all, I just appreciate you being here. Have a super day. I hope to see you in the next video. Bye-bye.